Guys, I want to get everyone's thoughts on what they thought the best game of this NFL season was. AQ, lead us off.
And it was the Buffalo Bills versus the Kansas City Chiefs in the regular season for me. Listen, Josh Allen has been incredible. I think we can go on and on and on about that. He's 4-0 in the regular season, and now he's 0-4 in the playoffs. So at some point, it's got to give. But right now, it has not this year. But let's go back to that first game. It was back and forth. Every time these two play each other, it's instant classic. And it was back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. The Bills, they got to make a play. It's 4th and 2. They call a man beater. They get zone defense. Oh, shit, what do? We take our 6'7", 260-pound quarterback. We scramble him up the middle. We stiff arm. We jump over somebody, and we go 30 yards for a touchdown to close the game out. That is what I thought we might have seen again. But it went the other way in the playoffs. That first game was awesome to watch. So it's always an instant classic between the Bills and the Chiefs.
Yeah, that Josh Allen run to seal that game was electric. I can only imagine what the Bills Mafia was doing there. Colt, what's your game of the year?
Yeah, man, I go back to these two matchups, the Bengals and the Ravens early in the season. In week 5 was crazy, but in week 9, that matchup was nuts. I have an affinity towards the AFC North. That's where I first got drafted to the Browns. I love watching those matchups. But, dude, Lamar Jackson, 3 fourth-quarter touchdowns, rallied from a 21-7 deficit. Like, when a play was needed, Lamar Jackson made the play every single time. Joe Burrow, 428 passing yards, 4 touchdowns. Jamar Chase went for 260 and 3 touchdowns. They went for 2 after they scored. It was 35-34. They went for 2 with 38 seconds left. Burrow sailed his pass, missed it, and the Ravens end up winning. It was an offensive showdown. It was so fun to watch, and it sort of highlighted the defensive struggles for both those teams. But your boy Madubuike Nnamdi, it was his first time getting a hat trick in sacks. He had 3 sacks that game, kind of showed out. But offensive, lights out showdown, so fun to watch. And both those games were great, but that matchup was unbelievable. And I feel like for me, just watching games, that was one of the best ones of the year.
No, that was a great one. Obviously, Joe Burrow, a little bit later in the season, barely missing the playoffs. I'm sure they wish they could get that one back. Jay, what was your game of the year?
I just went back to week 1, Justin. The stage was set. Defending champs Kansas City Chiefs versus the up-and-coming Baltimore Ravens with Derrick Henry at running back. And it came down to the wire. 2nd down and 10 at the 10. He misses likely in a back corner in the end zone. 3rd and 10 at the 10. He's got Zay Flowers wide open. He missed them. Zay kept moving. Lamar thought he was going to stop. And then on 4th and 10 at the 10, he hits likely in the back of the end zone. Toe tap. Not so fast. His heel hit out of bounds. They called it incomplete. That was a hell of a way to start the year, I thought. Sets the stage for the Chiefs and the Ravens run. I just thought, what the hell? Let's go back to week 1 and find a good one.
No, I love that one as well. That was number 2 on my list. And now I know you guys are going to give me shit for this one. I'm going to go back to week 12.
Please don't say the
Thursday
Browns.
night football, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Do not say the Browns.
Travel.
I'm going to log off right now if you say the Browns.
Cleveland, Ohio, to play the Browns. And look, I am going to say this. We talk about stats. We talk about all this shit. Pure football. Colt, you mentioned the AFC North. The snow starts coming down in the game. Jameis Winston's out there. They're not playing for anything. The dog pound's going nuts. I'm at the game. So maybe I'm a little biased. I was in the dog pound. These fans are screaming out the most absurd things I've ever heard, things you can never mention in the light of day. It'll get you canceled. And the Browns showed up, and this place was electric. Snowballs are flying. They're throwing snowballs at the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it kind of was the end of the Pittsburgh Steelers season. I just remember walking out of that game, and I just remember thinking, this is what makes the NFL so great. You might be 3-8. You might be the worst team in the NFL, even though I claimed they were going to win the AFC North. But you can still come out and put on a performance like that. The fans are still engaged. It was a beautiful sight. It's just what I think is like a quintessential NFL moment for me. And it was one of my first games to witness in person from the stands. So if I don't go week 1, which is another one that I was at, Jay, and you said that one already, I got to go week 12, Browns Steelers. Just thought it was a magical, magical game.
The best app for your big game party is on your phone. That's right. You and all of your friends could be feasting on Underdog. Ride together on stats like passing yards, first TDs, interceptions, and so much more. If you or your friends haven't joined Underdog yet, what are you waiting for? Whoever signs up today using code POCKET, capital POCKET, will get up to $1,000 in bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Again, that's code POCKET for up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Head to the App Store and download Underdog today.